Today we're going to talk about fresh herbs, or herbs if you're from the UK, as I've been corrected before. Fresh herbs are one of those things that knock up a dish tremendously. They're so easy to grow. As a matter of fact, my basil and my thyme both came from my garden, and this thyme I've had for 3 years now. I keep knocking it back and it keeps coming out. It's a great ground cover too, but we're not talking gardening, we're talking cooking. We also, garlic and ginger are two of the things that people are always asking me about. So I'm going to show you how we can use these things and make them easy to use without the mystery just spellbinding you and not making you know what to do. So let's start with the ginger first, okay? Or whatever this is, garlic. Okay, so here's the garlic. The garlic comes in this is a head of garlic. It is not a clove of garlic. Cloves are the little things that are all in here. It grows into the ground and it produces actually a gorgeous flower. But what we're concentrating on is this little bulb of garlic, and it's called a head of garlic. So here you go. You can see it right here, right? And we use our fingers first to just go in there and pull it apart. And look what I have. 2 cloves of garlic. Now, you can painstakingly pull this apart like this. You'll take all day and make yourself crazy. Why do that? So this is what we're going to do. You take a knife, look, you smash it, and look at this. All the skin magically comes off. You do another one, knife, pow. You have superpowers. Dinner diva skills. Okay, so there we go. We're done with our little shell stuff, okay? Actually, I shouldn't be doing that, should I? I'm going to crush it right into there. And then I'm a nut about pressing stuff. Why would I want to sit here and mince this all day long when I can get it done with this crazy little tool? So I stick my garlic cloves in there like no one's business. And look, presto, watch this. Whee! And a knife. Bingo. 2 cloves of garlic pressed with no fuss, no mess. And then I just take these little bits and the rest, you just kind of rinse it out and you're done. So there's garlic. Is that easy or what? Now the second thing that people get really concerned about is fresh ginger. What does it look like? Why am I doing fresh ginger? Can I just buy it ground? Look, you can always buy a dried spice. It's not that you can't buy a dried herb or spice. You can. But fresh is killer. So why would you want to, you know, why not go with it when you can? So here it is, this alien root mass. This looks like something you're going to plant in the garden and have, you know, tulips next year, but that's not what it is. This is fresh ginger. And you just get this little root mass like this, and I know it's kind of funky and weird looking, but you just pull off what you need. And you should smell this stuff. It just smells like fresh Indian cuisine. Now you'll notice that sometimes people will say, well, let's just peel this whole thing off. And if you've ever tried peeling ginger, it's a pain. And that's being kind. So this little thin skin almost has no flavor. As long as it's washed, you just take it and you just let the whole thing go in there. And for the most part, it hardly does. And see how it works? It'll cook up, you'll never even know it's there. So that's really simple and easy. Okay, the next one that we're going to do is rosemary. Yeah, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. So here's your rosemary, and they're little sticks, and again, this grows abundantly like a weed. It has a very intoxicating, wonderful smell and flavor as well. It's great in lamb, it's great in all kinds of different things. It is a natural antioxidant, antifungal, antibacterial. Herbs are used, and you know, medicinally for years and years by little herbal folklorists and what have you. But when we use them for cooking, we're not just adding flavor, we're also adding important antioxidants and phytonutrients. So there's an FYI for you. Now to do this, you take this little woody stick and you basically, remember when you were a kid and you did stuff like this? Look, there you go. You just strip it right off of there, just like that. That's all you do. And then these are kind of big, and so you want to release that fragrant oil. See what I did with my knife? And I just made this lovely little fresh rosemary crumble. And you don't have to worry about getting it too fine. You don't want to make it into powder either, so you don't have to worry about that. Now we've got thyme. And thyme, again, you know, this is practically a ground cover. Ideally, you'd like to do one of those things too with the thyme. See what I just did? Pull it off. I like thyme in everything. I put it in soups, stews, I put it in salad dressing. It just has that little extra edge. And again, some of the little stems are going to go in here, and if they're soft stems, great. If they're hard stems, pull them out. And it's very small mincing. You want to get this stuff fine. And see, look at that. I've done that in what, 20 seconds? And there it is on the knife, if you can see that. And it's so easy to use, and it just smells so good. Now here's another one. This is fresh basil. This is, you know, summertime's weed practically. I'm going to show you a trick on fresh basil. First of all, you get the leaf only, just the leaf. The stems, believe it or not, are bitter. And if it starts to bolt and you start to get flowers, make sure you're always deadheading your basil if you're growing it. And you should grow it because it's really simple. You could grow it on your kitchen windowsill. It's not a hard thing to grow at all. Now grab all of your leaves, okay, stems removed, and I'm going to show you a really cool nifty trick that I like. I grab all my basil leaves and kind of stack them. And I'm an anti-smoker, but I'm going to make myself a little basil cigarette thing here. I'm going to roll this thing, look, so that it's like a big old basil cigar. And then I take my scissors, and this is what the French would call chiffonade. And what it does is, I mean, I just absolutely didn't obliterate it on my cutting board. And what it does is make these gorgeous little ribbons. Look. Whee! It's like confetti of basil. And you can use that on anything. And one of my favorite things is fresh tomatoes right now. You slice those thin, get some mozzarella, slice those thin, put some extra virgin olive oil over the top, and then these lovely little chiffonades of basil all over the top. Dig in. It's delicious. And that is how you handle fresh herbs. But I will say one more thing. Let's pretend for a minute it's not a lovely summer day and you don't have all these herbs at your disposal, or they have them in the grocery store and they're just ridiculously expensive. How do you convert a recipe that has fresh herbs in it? It's a 3-to-1 ratio. That's how that works. So let's say they're asking for 3 tablespoons of freshly chopped basil. You just do 1 teaspoon of dried, because remember, it's concentrated and you're going to get the same bang for your buck. That's it. That's fresh herbs. Ta-da! Enjoy.